So in the wintertime, we all love to have our feathered friends flitting around our yards, add some color and a little bit of grace.
Makes us feel good to think we're helping out.
Absolutely. So if there are certain kinds of birds that you want to attract, we always ask people that when they come in to buy seed, what birds do you have? What birds do you want to help? What birds do you want to attract? So what kinds of seeds will attract certain kinds of birds?
Well, generally, the bigger the seed, or maybe even the harder the seed, like in black oil sunflower seed and safflower seed, because the seed shell is kind of hard, this has to be birds that have a bigger, stronger beak to crack the seeds. Cardinals, chickadees, blue jays, nuthatches, they could all handle black oil sunflower seeds and safflower. But some of the smaller birds would actually prefer either something like a white millet, you know, that's a smaller seed, juncos, sparrows, things like that.
Finches.
Things like, so this would feed a multitude of different kinds of birds. This is a mix that would attract a lot of different kinds of birds. So sometimes if people don't know what kind of birds they have in their yard, we might recommend a mix with sunflower seed and some other types of seed for them. And then there would be things that have some peanuts in the mix, because that would attract blue jays and woodpeckers.
Okay.
So, you know, kind of just depends on what kind of birds you might see in your yard or want to attract. And then the feeder, we would also recommend a feeder that those seeds would work in.
And then what about like the little Niger seeds? Those are those really teeny tiny ones. What kind of birds do those seeds attract?
Those generally, this is black Niger seed. It's a type of thistle seed, and it's really tiny. So we have different types of feeders that have very small holes, so it doesn't all spill out. This would attract things like finches, house finches, purple finches, goldfinches, even though they're not gold in the winter. They're just kind of green.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice to know.
And then chickadees and nuthatches would also probably feed on this as well.
Okay.
So, but we'd have to have a special feeder for this so that it doesn't all spill out of the feeder.
Because that would be a mess.
Yeah. And then we also have mixes of seed that is pretty much shelled, so you don't get a mess like under your deck or porch
I like
or patio.
to use that in the summertime because a lot of times the
messy.
seed will, like, sometimes you'll find little caches of tiny sunflower plants that are suddenly popping
So this
up.
keeps things a little bit neater, and so that's really attractive to all birds because they don't even have to crack the shell. So that's a good thing to do too.
And you can come into the garden center and save 10% on all the seed that Gail showed you, and suet as well, and bird feeders. So you could pick up something different to attract somebody new, or if your feeders are looking a little shoddy, you haven't cleaned them out in a couple years, you can pick up a new feeder as well.
We'll help you pick something out.
So stop in, save 10%, and Happy New Year from all of us here at the Bruce Company.